Hey guys, welcome to an academy. So please let me know if you guys can see me or not. Just a couple of comments to let me know whether I'm audible to you, I'm visible to you, and there is no connection error. So I'll just give you guys a couple of minutes so that you get back to me and tell me if I'm loud enough and the video is clear enough. Okay, just a couple of comments will do, guys. I'll just give you 2 minutes to work on it. Oh, hi Tarun. So I think that means I'm online right now. Okay. Yeah, so I think I'm online. So, hi guys, a very good evening to all of you, and welcome to an academy, the largest free learning platform in India. Okay, so before we start with the lesson, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Siva Prasad. So, I'm a verified educator at an academy. So, by profession, I am a scientist. Okay, so I was one of the top rank holders in JEE examinations. So, I got admitted to Indian Institute of Science Bangalore, that is IIC Bangalore. And I've also cleared prelims 2017 and appeared for the mains examination with public administration as my optional subject. Okay, so that is all about me. So let me tell you a little bit about today's topic. Okay, so today we are going to talk about political culture. Okay, so if you see your paper 2 syllabus for public administration, optional for mains examination, so you will see there is a standalone topic called as political culture. Okay, so I hope you guys have noticed that. I hope you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, so that is the topic we want to talk about. So first of all, let us talk about the situation in India and UK. You know that pretty much the let us say the structure, okay, or the democratic or the administrative values we have, it is pretty much same between India and Britain, right? For example, both of our countries, we are led by prime ministers. Okay, both of us have a parliamentary kind of a democratic, democratic system. Okay, so these things are very similar, right? The structures are very similar. So where are the differences? Okay, the functioning of these structures are very different in both the countries. Okay, so we have UK over here, we have India over here. Okay, both of us, we have a parliamentary democracy. Okay, we are led by prime ministers. The administrative structures is also very similar to both of these countries. Okay, so what is really different is the way these things are functioning. Okay, and how these things are varying in their functioning, it depends upon the different political attitude and the political cultures. Okay, so for example, if you see the awareness among the people in UK or Britain is more than awareness among the people in India, right? You can still see me, right? Okay, good. Yeah, so I'll give you guys the book list at the very end. Okay, so let me just finish today's topic, and at the end of the class, I'll definitely, give you the book list also. Okay, so for example, if you see the awareness among people, are they aware about their own fundamental rights? Are they aware about their own political rights? So the kind of awareness among the people of Britain is more than among the people of India. Okay, so that is a major difference, right? So this is one important aspect of the difference in political culture in India and the political culture in Britain. Okay, for example, when we go and vote, for example, recently in 2014, we elected BJP to power. Okay, so how did we go about and vote? Did we think about ideologies? Did we think about, let us say, the performance of BJP in the past? How did we go and vote? Okay, so the way we go and vote, what runs, before runs in your mind before you go and vote, that is also again different in Britain and India. Okay, so these are the things that are different, between these two countries. And what exactly is different is the political culture. Okay, so let me define what exactly I mean by political culture. Okay, so as I told you, for those people who are appearing right now to this session, so I was just talking about political culture. Okay, so let me define what is this term political culture. Political culture is basically, the relationship between you and your state. Okay, for example, we have the Indian government. Okay, and I am here. So what is the relationship between me and my government? Okay, so that is basically a political culture. Okay, so this political culture, my relationship, it also defines an electoral outcome also. For example, if you are going to conduct elections tomorrow, who will win the elections? Okay, what exactly decides who will win the elections is also decided by the political culture of a country. Okay, So I'll be defining more. I'll give you good examples also. Okay. So it can be defined as a set of traditions and customs and values that influence the functioning of the political system in a country. Okay. So this is basically a political culture. Okay. For example, let us say tomorrow there is elections going to be conducted and you are one of the people who are going to vote. Okay. Vote a party to power. Now tell me something. What exactly motivates you to vote for a particular person? Okay, I'll give this to you guys, people who are online. Okay, tell me that, let us say tomorrow elections are going to be held for, let's say, Lok Sabha. Okay, and you have chosen a particular person that I'll vote for, let us say Mr. X. Okay, so now tell me, you're going to vote for Mr. X. On what basis are you going to vote for Mr. X? Okay, I'll give you guys a couple of minutes. Why don't you just tell me on what basis do you go and vote? Okay, so I'll give you a couple of minutes. Let us see. I don't hear anybody answering. Guys, are you there? Okay, so I was asking this question. Suppose, imagine that tomorrow there is going to be an elections. You're going to vote. So based on what do you vote? For example, Akansha is saying that based on the policies they put forward, right? For example, she's telling that based on the manifestos they are putting forward, they will. For example, Chandran is saying that based on their quality, we will vote for that particular person. Okay, economically sound person. Okay, hoping for development. So Vinay is saying that depending on the hope for development, he's going to vote for somebody. Tarun is saying that because depending on the economically sound person, whether that person is sound or not. Okay, so people also get attracted towards advertisement. For example, Chaitanya is saying that the party that advertises better, so that party has a better chance of getting my vote. Okay, considering their quality and ability. For example, Abhay is saying that depending on the quality and ability of the person or the party over there, I'll vote for them. Okay, see, we are getting very, very varied responses. Okay, so let us see what exactly influences a person before they go and vote. Okay, so according to Almond and Verba, so they have said that three things will influence your political attitude before you go and vote. Okay, for example, let us say one is emotions. Okay, the second thing is values, and the third thing is cognitions. Okay, so before you go and vote, these are the three things that are going to affect your choices. One is, as I said, emotions. Okay, second is values and cognitions. Third is cognitions. Okay, so let us talk about when you're going to vote based on emotions. Okay, so let's talk about a political culture that is based on emotions. Okay, where voting will be influenced by sentiments. Okay, when you're swayed by emotions. For example, here you hear Modi ji's talk, or he says bhaiyo or behno, and okay, so you are emotionally connected to that person, and you emotionally, sentimentally connected, hence you vote for that person. Okay, so this is an example of how influenced by emotions to vote for a certain person. Okay, so what here happens is that the voter, when they vote for somebody based on their emotions, they do not think. Okay, they do not think whether the person, Mr. X, I'm going to vote for tomorrow, is he really a capable person? Has he done anything good? Has his past record been good or bad? Okay, all these things they do not think. Okay, they just vote depending on their emotions. Okay, so these emotions, it could be manipulated by, okay, for example, it could be based on caste. They can make a caste appeal to you. If a candidate X says that, see, you and I belong to the same caste, you should vote for me. Okay, so this is where emotion comes into play. Okay, or okay, yeah, I'll come to cognitions. First, I'm talking about emotions. Okay, just hold your horses, Prakshit. So yeah, okay. Or if somebody uses religion, okay, he says that, oh, you and me belong to the same religion. Okay, this is also where you emotionally get connected. Okay, so when you make choices depending on emotions, there is no rationality, right? You just vote depending on your emotions. Okay, and when you vote depending on emotions, there is no logic behind it. Okay, so therefore, when your political culture is motivated by emotions, we say that it is a really backward political culture. Okay, let me give you a very example. Okay, for example, after the death of Indira Gandhi, okay, you remember what happened, right? Congress won 426 seats in the Lok Sabha elections. I'm sure everybody knows this. Okay, so after the death of Indira Gandhi, Congress won 426 seats in the elections, Lok Sabha elections. Okay, so till that point of time, or even today after that point of time, no party had got so many votes. Okay, why? Why did it happen? Because Madam Gandhi died. Okay, there was an emotional outburst over there. The country sympathized, right, with Congress, with Rajiv Gandhi. Therefore, the emotions completely turned the tables. Okay, they might have won a lot of, they might have won a lot of seats. That's a different matter. But the thing is, they got 426 seats. How could they do it? Because emotions, right? An election was won by emotions. Okay, so this is a very good example you can give of how your political culture, how you went and voted, was based on your emotions, right? So we'll stop here. I think regarding political culture influenced by emotions, I think I've given you ample examples. Okay, so yeah, you're giving me here also, so that is good. Let me now talk about political culture that gets influenced by values. Okay, for example, tomorrow you're going to go and vote, but when you go and vote, okay, let us say you are now influenced by the ideology of the political party. Okay, for example, we have right-wing political parties like BJP, etc. Then we have the left-wing political parties like Communist Party, etc. And we do have centrist political parties as well. Okay, so depending on your own ideology, when you go and vote, so that kind of political culture is called as a political culture that is influenced by values. Okay, so when you vote, depending on your emotions, okay, or your sentiments, that's a political culture based on emotions. Then when you vote, depending on your values or your ideologies, then we say that your political culture is influenced by values. And now I'll come to the third important aspect, that is the political culture that is influenced by cognitions. Okay, so cognition, whenever I'm using the term cognition, that means it has something to do with thinking. That means, you people, when I asked you this question, you vote for somebody, whom will you vote for? How will you decide whom you vote for? So you gave me a lot of rational reasons. For example, that person, should be good, should be economically, capable, should know, should be a capable person, should be economically a sound person, should put forth good manifesto, should have a past track record of doing good job, etc. Right? So these things you only gave me. So these are part of the cognitions. Okay, that means before you go and vote for a person, you actually use your brain, you think, you see, you evaluate his performance. Your decision to vote for a person is based on facts and figures. Okay, so that is what we call as a political culture that is based on cognition. And as you can see, this is a developed political culture. Okay, now if you want to see again, compare between a developed country and a developing country like India, you will see that developed countries usually have a developed political culture that is guided by cognitions. Okay, and in case of developing countries, you see that the political culture is on your emotions, your values, and a little bit on cognitions. Okay, so a country where your emotional, political culture is based on cognitions, we say it is a mature democracy. Okay, so so this is all. We have any questions, you can definitely ask me over here. Academy Plus course that I have launched. So it is for those students who would like, who like to take public administration as their optional subject in the mains examination. So this particular course I'm going to do is a comprehensive coverage of both paper 1 and paper 2, public administration. Okay, so there is around 178 hours of live classes that will be taken by me in English language. Okay, so I'll be giving you a lot of mock questions also. I'll be evaluating your answers. Okay, and apart from that, I'll be giving you notes more than sufficient for your, the demands of the UPSC mains examination public administration optional. Okay, so you can find the link right below this video. Okay, for my plus course, there's an introductory lesson there also, which you can check it out. And in case you are one of those people who don't know which optional you are supposed to select, okay, which exam, which optional is, your cup of tea, you can go through the introductory lesson where I talk about public administration, how it has performed over the period of years. Okay, what are the advantages and disadvantages of taking public administration? What is the, details of the syllabus of public administration, how you're expected to write an answer. So all these things I have in detail covered in that introductory video. So you'll just find the link right below this video. Okay, I think it's around 40 minutes. Okay, so you can try and understand if public administration is your cup of tea. And in case you want to, you have already opted for public administration, then and you don't know how to proceed with the syllabus or how to cover the syllabus and how to score more than 320 marks out of 500 in paper 1 and paper 2. So you can definitely enroll for the course as well. So I'll just hold here for a couple of minutes so that in case you have any kind of doubt, I can take it up. Yeah, sure. Raj, you have a doubt, you can definitely put it forth. I'll clear it. Okay, so I'm here for a couple of minutes. If you guys want to ask me something, you can definitely ask me. Okay. Somebody is asking me an example for a political culture based on values. Okay, so as I told you, so political culture based on values means imagine if you are a pro-market person. Okay, for example, you are so somebody is asking some book list for optional subject. Okay, so I'll recommend a couple of books for public administration optional subject. So one is Administrative Thinkers by Prasad and Prasad. Okay, so that is a must read book because it has a compilation of all the important administrative thinkers. Okay, so that is really important because all the administrative thinkers are over there, and for your paper 2 also you are supposed to quote those administrative thinkers in paper 1. Okay, so therefore that is a book that you must definitely read at least 2 to 3 times before you appear in the mains examination. Okay, I really found it helpful. And second book I would say is Lakshmi Kant's public administration book is also very good. Okay, it has covered a lot of topics. Okay, so that is a very good book. And people, I don't know, a lot of people say that Mohit Bhattacharya is a must read, but frankly speaking, I have read that book. I didn't really benefit out of it. Okay, to be frank, you can, if you have enrolled for my course already, I'll give you my entire notes. Okay, you will find that nothing will come out of those notes. Okay, so if you are just doing those notes and going, 90% of the paper you will easily answer. Okay, so that is all. And hours to allocate per day. Okay, so that depends on you, Praveer, how much you want to, depending on your capacity. At least see, the most beneficial part about taking public administration as an optional subject is because let us assume now is a point of time you have cleared your prelims examination, and let's say you have 3 more months for your mains examination. Okay, so if you see the syllabus of public administration paper 2 and the syllabus of polity governance paper 2 and paper 3 security, disaster management, and a little bit of economy, you will see that there is a huge overlap between these topics. Okay, so that means even if you read 1 hour of public administration, your let us say your polity governance aspect also automatically gets covered. Okay, so that is the reason the amount of time you have to dedicate for this particular subject, or if you dedicate more time for this particular subject, it will actually have a spillover effect on the other subjects as well. Okay, so it is like hitting two birds with one stone. Okay, then I'll just take a couple of more questions. Okay, political culture, is it a theory or is it a term? Okay, so basically political culture is a concept. Okay, so what's a culture, right? Culture is basically sets of traditions, etc., that you practice over a period of time. So political culture basically means, for example, I just gave you an example of political culture influencing your voting pattern. Okay, so for example, if I'm going to vote tomorrow, okay, and if I'm a person whose political culture, if I live in a country where my political culture is more oriented towards emotions and sentiments, okay, so that means I'm going to vote depending on my emotional sense, right? So that is the concept of political culture. Okay, and you won't find what the topic I'm covering anywhere specifically, so I'll just give you a couple of people's name whom you can Google and find out. These people are Almond, ALMOND, and Verba, VERBA. So they gave this concept of political culture. So they gave this four different political cultures. You can definitely Google and find out. Okay, so I'll take one more question. What's my name in academy? It is Siva Prasad. Okay, and you will find the link to the plus course right below this video. Okay, so I'll just take one last question. So if you have any questions, just shoot it out. Okay, paper 2 strategy. Okay, fine. I'll just give you a quick quick run over what to do for paper 2. See, if you see the kind of paper 2 syllabus over there, you will see there's a lot of overlap between the paper 2 of GS, that is your polity governance paper, and also the paper 2 of your public administration. Okay, so a lot of topics, like for example, parliament, functioning of parliament, governors, president, etc., all these topics you would already know because of your preparation from prelims examination itself. Okay, so that makes paper 2 preparation very, very easy. But the tricky thing about writing answers in paper 2 for public administration is that whenever you are writing an answer in paper 2, you are supposed to interlink concepts. Okay, for example, you are supposed to call a few administrative thinkers from paper 1 in your paper 2 examination. So if you're not going to link them, okay, so it won't fetch you good marks. Okay, for example, I gave this example while making the plus course promo video. So there I gave this example. Assume there's a question that asks you about are civil servants motivated in India? Are they motivated enough in India or not? Okay, so if you just write an answer like, yeah, civil servants in India, they are motivated because they get handsome salaries, they get facilities, etc., etc., so that won't be a good answer, even though what you're making are very, very valid points. Okay, but still that won't be a very good answer because you're not interlinking concepts of paper 1 and paper 2. Instead of just writing that as a plain answer, if you quote Abraham Maslow over there. So Abraham Maslow is a administrative thinker. Okay, so he has given this theory of motivation, which is called as a hierarchy of needs. Okay, so what this hierarchy of needs, I'll cover it in the next live session and I come over. Okay, so if you correlate these concepts over there, then you automatically get a better answer. Okay, so instead of getting just 5 out of 10, you end up getting 7 out of 10. Okay, so if you are not going to link the concepts of paper 1 with paper 2, then you're not going to score very good marks. Okay, and this kind of writing comes only with practice. So you need more practice. First of all, you need is a conceptual clarity. You have to understand what these administrative thinkers are actually saying. And second thing is, you are supposed to understand what is the question that is being, that is in front of you. What is it actually asking? Okay, because the questions are really tricky. Okay, the questions that are asked in provide paper, they are very simple. Okay, but the problem is to figure out what they are asking. Okay, if you have not figured out what they are asking and you are writing answer for something else, definitely you will lose marks. Okay, so first is the trick to identify what the question is asking, then actually to address this question. Okay, so automatically you will get marks, and after you have addressed this question, you are supposed to link the concepts of paper 1 and paper 2. So these 3 things, if you are not doing, you are not going to score very well in public administration paper. Okay, so I think I'll stop here. So it was nice talking to you guys, and if you like my lessons, you can definitely follow me on Unacademy. And if you want to enroll for this course, you will for the plus course on public administration, paper 1 and paper 2. So you can find the link right below this video. So see you soon, and thank you so much. You have been an awesome audience.